If you're looking for a new solid barbell to add to your home gym, well, you're most likely gonna wanna go after a multi-purpose bar since you can switch between bench pressing to power cleaning in a matter of seconds. Again Faster sent us their Evolution Barbell, so today I'm gonna break down all of my findings for you guys. What's up everybody, it's Jake, back once again in the BarBend garage gym with yet another barbell review ready to go for y'all. This time I have the Again Faster Evolution Barbell. I'm pretty pumped to take you through everything this bar has to offer, from the price and the features, some pros and cons that you might experience, as well as who should or maybe should not buy this barbell. Okay, but before I get started, I have to let you know, we've reviewed a lot of barbells on BarBend.com, and if you want to browse our best list, just go ahead and search BarBend Best Barbells, and you can find out for yourself which one cracks that #1 spot. Okay, so what do I like about this barbell? Well, y'all know me, I'm all about the green, and in terms of pricing, the Evolution bar is a solid option. It's listed right around $200 on the Again Faster website. And in my opinion, I think you're gonna be really hard pressed to find a better deal than this one is, especially considering the tensile strength rating, which is right at 190,000 PSI. That's really respectable, but if you don't know what that means, essentially it's gonna tell you how strong a bar is and how much punishment that it can handle. So this typically ranges from 120,000 PSI to 230, maybe even 235,000 PSI. So once again, this is really respectable. The moderate knurling paired with the bronze bushings in the loading sleeves is gonna make this a really solid option for any of those Olympic lifters, even CrossFitters out there for you to purchase. And since it's also available in 15 kilograms, as well as this 20 kilogram version that I have right here, there's a lot of people that can get some solid usage out of this barbell. The Evolution does not feature a center knurling. Overall knurling is pretty much on the moderate side, and it does utilize bronze bushings to provide a spin in the loading sleeves. So any Olympic lifters or even those CrossFitters out there, this is a really good option for you to consider. This bar also is available in 15 kilograms, so there really is an option for everyone. Okay, so let's talk about some issues that you might experience with the Evolution. Let's talk about the coating first and foremost. It is coated in chrome. Now, in terms of protection against rust and corrosion, it's not gonna be the ideal solution for everybody, especially if you're like myself and you are working out in a garage and it tends to get pretty humid. You're gonna have to clean this barbell pretty frequently. But if you're in a climate controlled place and you're working out in your home, you might be just fine. It's worth mentioning that. You don't have a center knurling right here. I personally like that, but I understand why some people might not enjoy that, because you definitely lose out on a little bit of grip on your chest during a power clean, and especially as you're going to do some back squats. So keep that in mind. The overall knurling, it's pretty moderate. It's pretty passive in your hands. It's not gonna cut too deep, which might be great for some people, but if you already have rough hands, calluses built up, or maybe you just really like an abrasive grip, that's not the case right here. And the loading sleeves, while they technically have a bit of a pattern, if you run your hand across it, you can feel it, they're pretty smooth. So I always recommend using weight collars, but you're absolutely gonna need some if you're gonna do some power cleans, or really any lift where the bar tends to drop onto the ground so your plates don't slide off. Okay, so in terms of pricing, the Evolution bar is listed right at 200 bucks. That's a pretty sweet deal to me. You're gonna be able to fully build out your home gym without absolutely breaking the bank. There's some barbells out there that have the exact same tensile strength rating, but they're nearly $200 more. Now, some of those might be stainless steel, but that's still twice the amount you're spending on this barbell. And since you are getting this at a relatively low price, you can add more to your home gym. You can go get that new power rack you want, maybe some sweet bumper plates, some kettlebells, really whatever it is, you can do that with this barbell, which is a really nice selling point in my opinion. Okay, so let's talk about the build now with the Evolution. We have the 20 kilogram version right here. It's 86 inches in length with 16.5-inch loading sleeves and a diameter of 28 millimeters. It's also available in 15 kilograms. That one's gonna be 79 inches in length with 12.5-inch loading sleeves, and that one's gonna feature a diameter of 25 millimeters. Once again, it's not available in 10 kilograms, so if it's something you're looking for, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. Okay, so this is crafted with alloy steel and it's coated in chrome. It looks really good, but it's not gonna be the ideal solution in terms of rust and corrosion. You know, I've had mine for a little bit now and I'm already getting signs of that, so I just need to clean it. That's bad on me, but this is something you're gonna have to clean, you know, every so often. But, you know, since it's available at a low price tag, I think it's worth cleaning it a couple times a month. The tensile strength is 190,000 PSI. That's pretty solid. I think that's gonna be able to handle the punishment from the majority of the weightlifting community, so that's really nice in itself. And you know, the knurling right here, kind of passive to be completely honest. You know, knurling's not really a one size fits all feature in my opinion, so some of you really might enjoy this right here, but for me, you know, my hands tend to sweat. I've told you all that before, and you know, this just doesn't really provide me with the most optimal grip during my lifts. The bronze bushings in the loading sleeves do provide a nice spin right here. They don't spin as freely as some other barbells I've reviewed and even used, but you know, it's still there. It's still gonna give you that spin you need to rep out some power cleans, but since they don't spin out of control, that's gonna be really nice for your powerlifting movements for a bench press, for example. You don't have to worry about the sleeve starting to rotate on you because that's pretty uncomfortable and can just kind of mess with your lift in general. Okay, so in terms of features, let's talk about the knurling again. You know, as I said, it's not very abrasive. That's might not be ideal for a lot of you powerlifters, but it's gonna be great for high rep exercises. It's not gonna tear up your hands as that bar is kind of rotating in your hands. So that's a nice touch. You do not have the choice of a center knurling on this barbell. You could feel either way about it. I personally like not having it, but I understand why some people would prefer having it. You do have dual knurl markings right here. That's gonna be really nice as you go to get set up for a power lift. These on the inside, and you know, your Olympic and CrossFit style lifts. That's what this outer one's gonna be. That's set by the International Weightlifting Federation. The one on the inside, that's set by the International Powerlifting Federation. Now you do have bronze bushings in both of the sleeves. That's gonna provide a spin. They don't spin out of control. You know, I have used some other ones that spin faster than this. That's gonna be pretty nice for power lifts. As I mentioned just a second ago, this can be really nice for you. Bronze bushings are found in a lot of multi-purpose bars, such as this one right here. They're cost effective and you know, they do provide a pretty nice rate of spin. The loading sleeves technically have a pattern. If you run your fingers across it, you can feel some grooves, but at the same time, it's pretty smooth. You don't really want your plates doing the electric slide while you're lifting, so you're definitely gonna wanna throw some weight collars on there just to help you out. And one really cool thing on this barbell is that it does feature a lifetime warranty. Now, that's not gonna cover, you know, normal wear and tear and definitely not any negligent use, but it is gonna cover any manufacturing defects, so that's pretty nice too. All right guys, let's do a quick walk around with the Evolution bar. You know, once again, this is coated in chrome. As you can see, you don't have a center knurling right here. I like that. I understand if you don't like that because you do lose out on some grippiness for different exercises, but you don't have that option here. So the overall knurling is pretty passive. You know, to me, I don't think knurling is a one size fits all feature, like I said. So some of you might like that, and honestly, it's great for some high rep exercises, but maybe not for a super heavy deadlift. You do have dual knurl markings right here. So this one on the inside, that is set by the International Powerlifting Federation, and you guessed it, the one on the outside is set by the International Weightlifting Federation. So you can definitely get identical hand placement on the barbell. You don't have to worry about one hand being further out than the other. As we come down the line, you will see the bronze bushings right here. It's gonna provide that spin, you know, obviously it does spin, but not as freely as some other ones do. And look, if you look right up close, you will see some signs of corrosion and rust already. I haven't had this barbell very long, so you know, I'm already seeing signs of that. It's partly on me, I haven't cleaned this as frequently as I should, but this is something you're absolutely gonna have to do with this barbell. And if you look up close, you can definitely see there is a little bit of a groove pattern right here, especially if you run your fingers across, you can feel it, but it's not cut very deep. Now, if I were to throw a plate on here, you can absolutely hear it. But since they aren't cut very deep, you're definitely gonna need some weight collars. I always suggest using one anyways, but especially with this bar, because if you don't, you're gonna have some sliding of your plates. So just snap that bad boy on there and you really should be good to go. Okay, so who should purchase the Again Faster Evolution Barbell? Well, this is gonna be a really solid bar for beginners to grow with. It's not gonna tear up your hands if you don't have any calluses. Plus, you can grow with it since it does have a tensile strength rating of 190,000 PSI. Plus, if you're wanting to just save some money and fully build out your home gym, this is listed at $200. That's gonna be a really solid option for you. Since it does not have a center knurling, the overall knurling's pretty moderate, and it does have bronze bushings in the sleeves, I think Olympic lifters and CrossFitters are gonna get some solid usage out of this barbell. And if you don't want a 20 kilogram bar, this is available in 15 kilograms, so that would be a really good option for you also. Okay, so what about the people who might not want to purchase the Evolution Barbell? Well, for starters, if you do in fact need a barbell to have a higher tensile strength rating than 190,000 PSI, then you probably want to keep looking because that's where this one caps out. Also, if you're really focusing on power lifts, this might not be the bar for you, mainly because of the knurling. So people who have a high emphasis in powerlifting, well, they're most likely gonna want a barbell that's really abrasive, and since this one is not, might not be the ideal solution for you. And lastly, it's the coating, it's coated in chrome. So if you are in fact, working out and all your equipment is stored in a garage and maybe you don't have AC in there, you're gonna experience some rust and corrosion on here. So you're gonna have to clean it a few times a month. And if that's something you really just don't wanna do that often, I'd suggest going after a stainless steel bar, but you're still gonna have to clean that one too. All right, y'all, that's all I have for you today on the Again Faster Evolution Barbell. This is a really solid option for any beginner to consider because you're gonna be able to grow with this bar and you're gonna be saving money without sacrificing utility. This is just as versatile, really, as any other multi-purpose bar out there, and the tensile strength is very respectable. But remember, the knurling is not very abrasive, so you might need some assistance in terms of getting that grip that you're looking for. And since it's coated in chrome, you're gonna have to clean it more frequently than you would with some other coatings out there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this video was really helpful and that I was able to answer some questions that you might have about this bar. As always, stay posted for my next review, but for now, head over to BarBend.com and you can read more about this barbell. Just search BarBend, Again Faster, Evolution Barbell Review, and you can read over everything I discussed here today. I'll see y'all next time.